It's something worth celebrating when you have New Zealand's best all in one place. High-octane kayak racing, 200, 500 and 1,000 metres. Welcome to Sky Sport. I'm Kingy Gilbert and we're here at Tikitapu Blue Lake for the Blue Lake Sprint Regatta. We have New Zealand's best, showing us what it is like to race at the elite level of kayak racing. For others, this is a highlight of their career and a chance to put themselves on the race calendar. We're here with Amy. Amy, looking pretty windy today. How you feeling?
Very breezy out there. I don't really mind though. I love a good little tailwind. It's like the America's Cup sailing. Put the wings out.
So should be some fast times today?
I think it might be a little too windy for fast times. I could be wrong, but I'll give it a crack though. See what we can do. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck out there for your first race of the day and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Awesome. We're here with Tim Brabants, Dr. Tim Brabants, previous Olympian and coach of the high performance program for the men's. What are your hopes for some of your athletes for today?
It's going to be challenging conditions out there, so I think we'll have a good race. There's 6 or 8 guys out there who any one of them could win it. Just hoping that it'll be a fair race and that they're happy with the execution of their race plan.
Awesome. And so from your experience, what would you be doing on a day like today?
I'd say the conditions are challenging. You've got a big tailwind that's lifting the water quite a lot, so you just got to visualise how you want the boat to run over the waves. So being accepting that it's going to be uneven in terms of the strokes. So sometimes you're hitting a peak of a wave, sometimes you're hitting a trough, and just feeling like you're running light over the top of the waves and using the wind to your advantage. So getting out there fast, holding a good pace, using the wind to keep pushing you along and feeling like you're light over the top of the waves and just handling the conditions really. And it's about mentally as well as physically handling that.
Awesome. So the mental and physical challenges was really high today for the athletes.
Yeah, I think it's pretty chilly here despite the sun, and it's about keeping warm, keeping positive, taking it as a challenge and using the opportunity to race in this. We don't often get to race in really bad conditions, so when the conditions are pretty bad, it's a mental challenge, I'd say, as well as a physical one, and everything should be a learning opportunity.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Tim. Some very wise words there. This is a learning opportunity. Really appreciate your time, and we'll catch up with you a bit later.
Thanks very much.
Awesome. Kia ora. Thank you.
So here we go, the final of the men's K1 200 metres. Taras Haka, Ben Duffy, Curtis Imrie, Ashton Reiser are the 4 paddlers to keep your eye on. It's going to be really close between those two. With us in the commentary, Nathan Luce, an expert coach. And who are you expecting here, Nathan?
I'd have to say Taras would be the strong favourite today.
And Taras is in lane 4. He's in the green boat with the black stripes. Ben Duffy in lane 7's made a fast start, though.
Yeah, Ben's paddling really well all year. We'll see how he goes.
Ben Duffy, he's actually from Canterbury. Also in lane 6 to keep your eye on, Curtis Imrie from Wellington. He's currently in 3rd place. But Haka, he's really pounding in those strokes nicely. But it's Ben Duffy with a slight advantage at the moment. It's a battle of the green boats. Ashton Reiser, the current national champion, seems to be off the pace at the moment. Haka or Duffy, who's it going to be? It's going to be very, very close as they hit the line. Whoa. And I think Haka's just got there. And let's have a look here, Nathan.
Wow.
That's close.
That's tight, yeah. I think I'd have to give to Taras if I was the line judge.
So Haka's time was very smart. A really good effort from Duffy to come home in 2nd place. But here is Haka's time, 35 flat, 35.11 for Duffy in 2nd, and Imrie got 3rd for Mana Kayak.
Looks like you may have come in first in that race. How was it?
It's pretty windy out there. Very good race. Enjoyed it. Tricky for everyone, but it was good.
Pretty tight there with your competitors. Did you have a look around, or was it just head down and...
Head down, eyes forward, don't look around you. Look once you cross the line. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Well done. Good racing, and on to the next one.
Yep. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers.
Kia ora, freezing day. I'm here with Gordon Walker, Technical Director, Canoe Racing New Zealand. Some tough racing this morning. How do you feel it's gone?
Tough racing indeed. Yeah, tough conditions mainly. We'll see what the rest of the day holds, but it looks like it's going to be pretty breezy all weekend. So certainly a lot of things for people to try and think about so they can make the most of the situation, because it's going to be more than just trying to go fast.
So balance, technique?
Yeah, balance. I think also we just see here the races are behind schedule, so sometimes you might be out there for extra 10 to 15 minutes and it's cold, so how do you stay warm, get ready to race when it's like that? And then also as they bring them up to the line, it's really, really hard for the starter. So how they can make sure that they still get a good start even though the boats may be rolling a wee bit. So yeah, lots for people to think about today.
And so some hot competition there in the men's and in the women's. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like quite a close race for the guys. Looked like there was quite a few times which were quite similar. I mean, you always have to take those with a bit of grain of salt, but some good racing for the men, and then for the girls as well. Certainly going to be a tough fight when we get to the final. It'll be good.
Seemed like some reasonably clear distances between the elite women's and some of the other age group club paddlers. Be relief, I guess.
Yeah. I guess that's the case we've got here. Is we've got some paddlers that are very, very good. You know, they're obviously the best in the world. Having to race against some people that are maybe club paddlers that don't do anywhere near as much training, maybe new to the sport. So, yeah, the gaps look really big, which is tough for them. But it's a good opportunity for them to be able to race against the likes of Lisa and so.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Gordy. We'll catch up with you later on in the day.
Cool, mate. Cheers.
Cheers.
Here we go with the women's K1 200 metres final, all about Lisa Carrington. The other New Zealand representatives, Amy Fisher, Kayla Imrie, Caitlin Ryan, all in the field too, Nathan.
Yeah, you'd have to say Lisa be the strong favourite today.
Here she is, the 10-time World Championship gold medalist and the 2-time Olympic champion, and she's wearing the black. She's in lane 5, and it's going to take some mammoth effort from one of these other paddlers to beat her. Made a bit of a slow start though. Hoskins out to a good start, so too in lane 8 is Olivia Brett. And Fisher's going well in lane 6.
Yeah, looks like Amy's had a great start, but I can see Lisa starting to pull away. This is the best part of her race right now.
Yeah, in the middle stages, it's Carrington, and she's got that flawless technique. Always looking to improve, though, but to the naked eye, she's pretty perfect.
Wow, those tough conditions, though, she's handling them really well.
Yeah, she's already getting over Fisher now. Kayla Imrie, who made a good start in lane 3, is going well for Mana Kayak Racing Club, but it's Carrington. Coming up to the finish line, Carrington, a boat length clear.
Wow.
Great win.
Wow, great race from everyone there.
And it was tight for second. We'll have to wait for the official times to come through. There can't have been much in it. But here's Carrington.
Yeah, clear lead there.
Easing up as she hit the line too. Fisher looks like she's got second, the 25-year-old. And Imrie, I think, might have just got there for third. Let's have a look. But another win. And winners are grinners. Lisa Carrington's 37.89. It is Fisher that's got second, and Imrie just ahead of Ryan in third place.
Kia ora, Lisa, well done. You were screaming down at the finish. How was it?
Yeah, it was good. It was tricky conditions out there, so yeah, just had to manage those, and yeah, it's good.
Awesome. And how are you feeling for the rest of the day?
Yeah, good. Got a few team boats coming up, so yeah, excited to get back in the boats with the girls, so that'll be fun.
Awesome, well done. We'll keep warm and we'll see you later.
Yeah, no, thanks, Kingy.
Yeah. Awesome. We're here with Caitlin Ryan. We're just having a little chat about racing yesterday. It's really, really windy, challenging for everybody from elite to beginner.
Yeah.
What impact can that have on your race if you say you miss the start?
Yeah, I mean, it can. It makes you a little more frantic, a little more rushed, but also it affects the first kind of section. So it's really hard, especially in a shorter race, to come back from, I guess, missed strokes or a lack of assertiveness. But this is the perfect opportunity to practice that, you know, being calm amongst tough conditions.
Yeah. Awesome. And you've got a 500 race that's you're well known for the 500.
Yeah.
I believe a previous world record holder in the 500 metres.
Yeah, but it's been a while since I've raced a 500, and the last few 500s I've done in the last year, I haven't quite stuck to my race plan. So sticking in my lane and doing the race plan that I want to test out is really important for me today. And then whatever the outcome is, but this is a learning opportunity for me.
Awesome. Oh, great. Once again, very wise words. Good luck for tomorrow and for your 500.
Thank you.
Awesome. Kia ora, Caitlin.
Well, let's see if Lisa Carrington can win another title. This is the women's K2 200 metres. She's teamed up with a New Zealand rep teammate Kayla Imrie for this race. Amy Fisher and Olivia Brett are together. Caitlin Ryan to Neil Hatton. And Alicia Hoskin, Danielle Watson also. Keep your eye on them. So Carrington and Imrie in lane 5. So again, they're in the black boat. Right next to them in the white boat is Hoskin and Watson, and they're underway. Nath, what are you expecting from this one?
Well, look, you'd have to say Lisa and Kayla are the definite favorites, but it looked like Olivia and Amy got a bit of a rolling start there, so we'll see. They're quite quick over 200.
Yeah, Fisher and Brett, they're in the red boat in lane 4, but look at the lead already.
Wow, yeah, this is a world-class crew. I'm excited to see the end result of this team.
They are dominant, Imrie and also Carrington, as they just streak away from the field. It's a battle for the minor placings, but Carrington, Imrie, one-way traffic at the moment. And they come to the line. Easy win for them.
Wow.
Who's got second? Looked like the red boat there of Fisher and Brett. And a tight race for third.
Yeah, but Lisa and Kayla look so controlled. The stroke rate under control with that great speed per stroke rate. Amazing.
So Carrington and Imrie, really fine effort from them. So Carrington and Imrie winning by more than a second. That's a huge win. Fisher and Brett in second, and it was Ryan and Hatton that got third.
Here with the champions of the K2 200 metres. Lisa and Kayla, well done. How was the race?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it's just kind of a great opportunity for Kayla and I to have some practice together in team boats, especially when we want to, race in the K4s or anything like that when we travel overseas. So, yeah.
Awesome. Kayla, how was that?
Yeah, it was pretty fast. Eh? No, it's cool. It's cool to be able to jump in a boat with Lisa and really learn from her. So, yeah, it's good.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies. Good luck. We know you're on a race schedule, so enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll catch you soon for some more post-race interviews.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Thank
Kia ora.
you.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Sinead, some challenging conditions out there. What were you thinking of, during the day?
Well, we were thinking that we had a good week in Cambridge with some challenging conditions in the lead up. We did some time trialing and some assessment work with the team, and we had some real big tailwinds and crosswinds and currents to deal with. So I think that prepped them well for today. So we weren't too concerned. And then most of the gals, most of the women are surf ski experienced athletes, so they can handle big surf, big conditions. So we knew they could make, the adaptations when they needed to.
And what are some of those adaptations that you would make on a windy day compared to a flat water day?
I think what we talk about stroke rates and numbers, but I think sometimes they have to feel the condition out, and when during their warm up, and they have to make the adjustment to the condition. So they may have to temper the stroke rate so that they can find a bit more water when there's wave and trough and valley. They need to find water. So you have to search for the wave sometimes. So that means maybe the stroke rate comes down a bit, so you get a bit more purchase on the catch, and you can get a bit more speed when you learn how to read the water a bit better.
Not going to argue with you there, Nathan. Let's get to the men's K2 200 metre final. We've got Imrie and Reiser, Lagarth and Duffy, the current national champions, in lane 5, Moore and Hackett in lane 6. And it looks like, Nathan, that lane 4, Imrie and Reiser have got off to a great start.
Ashton and Curtis right off the line, so look out for them.
And, of course, it's always hard to make up, isn't it? But I tell you what, Lagarth and Duffy are right there, aren't they? It is tight between those two. And Moore and Hackett have recovered from a poor start.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a dogfight at the finish, I think.
Lagarth and Duffy, look at this. It's a 3-white boat battle. Who's it going to be? You're not going to pick this one at this stage.
Wow. Great finish.
And it looks like it. Just getting there is Imrie and Reiser. And what a race that was. Nothing between them. It's over in the blink of an eye.
That's a great shot of the 3 crews up front. That's great.
And Imrie and Reiser just got home with that a little bit more power. 31-21. Lagarth and Duffy in second, and Moore and Harker have to settle for third.
Awesome. What a race, guys. Not too sure who won that. Looked really close. How was it, Ashton?
Oh, it was really good. We haven't actually paddled K2 that much, so it's been pretty cool. This week we did the trials, and it's an awesome opportunity to just get to paddle with different people.
Awesome. Fantastic result. You've been training, your usual partner's not here. This is a new combo, is that right?
Yeah, my usual partner's just a little bit ill today, so I jumped in with Ashton, and yeah, it went pretty well. We're pretty happy. He's a good starter, so it's good to be behind him and give him some power. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you guys are flying down the water, was splashing everywhere off the start. What was it like lining up to your buddies?
Oh, it's an awesome feeling. When you got someone like Kurt behind you, it's just insane. You can just do whatever you want, and you're just flying down the course, and you've got a nice tailwind like this. It's awesome. Just feel nothing better than paddling boats fast.
Awesome, guys. Well done. Good luck, and we'll catch up with you later on in the regatta. Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome, Gordy. So first finals done. Any thoughts?
It was good. It was good. I was a bit worried earlier in the day with the wind, but we managed to get some good racing in there, and the wind, it didn't pick up anymore. Probably even calmed down a little bit. So, yeah, pretty pleased to be able to get the racing done. And I think obviously there will be some people that maybe didn't manage to handle the conditions that well, or not so much didn't handle it well, but they might have missed the odd stroke here and there. And in 200 metres, you really just can't do that. You pretty much got to get every stroke in. So there'll be a couple of people that didn't maybe go as well as they would have liked, but it was good to see. Generally speaking, things went pretty well.
Yeah, there's always another race.
Yeah. For them, there's lots of races. I think they've got maybe 6 races today, and then maybe another 4 or 5 tomorrow. So yeah, it'll be a busy program for them. Yeah.
Yeah, the conditions look quite challenging. I saw a couple of the competitors actually going over some of the swells, maybe travelling faster than the waves. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, at one point it looked like in the boys' race, it looked like they were going into the wind, didn't it? Like they were actually crashing through the wave, and like I said, you really it's so important to have your boat up and running, and you can't have any loss of momentum. And it looked like, for a couple of the guys and the girls there, they did struggle from time to time with the conditions, but like you said, they get another race, but it was good, high standard. Yeah, some close racing out there.
Yeah, ultra high standard. Well done, Gordy, and leave you to your job for the rest of the day.
Awesome, thanks. Cheers, Kane.
Cheers, mate. Awesome, here with Tuva'a Clifton from Racing for Samoa, but also from the North Shore Canoe Club. How's the regatta gone?
Yeah, going really good. I've got a few PBs and some good placings, which I'm real happy with. And been good all around so far.
So the standard is pretty high in the men's and the elite level. How does it feel in the last 200 or 100 metres of the race?
So hard. Hanging on, as always. Over the past few months, I've been working to try and get that last part of the race nice and smooth, so I'm not falling behind too much, and it seems to have paid off so far.
So any words for the whānau from the ainga from Samoa about representing Samoa? You're obviously training in New Zealand. How does it feel to represent Samoa?
It feels awesome. We're actually looking for some more Samoan paddlers, so to make some team boats. So if any Samoans out there that are keen, then let us know.
I heard there's a young guy, Julius Peterson, in Wakaama.
Yeah. Yeah, he's my new teammate for the next Olympics, so that'll be good. Yeah.
There we go. Tuva'a Clifton, Team Samoa, North Shore Canoe Club. Thanks, Tuva'a.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's get to the final now of the women's K4 200 metres, and all eyes, Nathan, here on the Canoe Racing New Zealand team of Imrie, Ryan Harrington and Tennille Hatton. Great to see her back.
Yeah, we're really pleased that she's come back into the squad, and she's just training the house down right now.
And here they are, Carrington in the front here. They're in lane 6. Ryan in second, Imrie, and then Hatton at the back in the blue. And the rest of the teams have got a massive job to peg this 4 in.
Yeah, good start from the Canoe Racing New Zealand crew. Looking forward to this race here.
And it's great to have them back, isn't it, after what's been a tough year, Nathan?
Yeah, we're just pleased to be able to race and compete and see the level of our team and see where they're at.
And of course all these elite paddlers will be just fizzing with having a frustrating year finally put behind them. Now Carrington setting the pace here, and as expected they are streaking away from the other three crews. Carrington, Imrie, Ryan and Hatton win it easily.
Yes, great timing on the K4 there. It was really good timing from the crew.
And I guess this is all about, building to something next year, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, we're looking at different crew combinations as we lead into Tokyo.
These 4 paddlers win it easy, 33.48. It's the North Shore Composite team that finished in second. Mana Kayak in third place.
Here with Tennille Hatton, part of the New Zealand Elites team. Tennille, looked really windy out there. How did you cope?
Pretty breezy, I'm trying to remember my surf ski skills. Just trying to work with the runners,
And how was the start, your balance and getting the horn? What was going through your mind as you were getting on the start line?
It was surprisingly all right. Like, we've just spent a few days in Karapiro and it's been a little bit windier than this. Yeah, so it was just remembering that we managed that okay, and just trying to, I guess, relax and work with it and realise everyone else is in the same boat as you. Yeah.
So did you see the progressions? Are you through to the semi-final?
I am. I've made it through to the semi. I'm in semi 2, so looking forward to that. I think more time out there is just good practice, right?
Awesome. So good luck for your next semi-final. We'll catch up with you later in the day.
Thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Here with Garth Spencer. Garth, great performance in the K2 200. Through to the final. What's the race strategy?
The race strategy is to keep it together. Don't forget the spray skirts on the boats today and stay upright. All right, you know how it goes, mate. It's pretty wild out there, eh? There's some fast times, really fast times today. I think not just with the following wind, but I think the course is about 10 meters short as well. So yeah, Vaughan and my time was 32 seconds, just over 32 seconds, which is I'm pleased to say a second and a half, a second and a half longer than the existing world record. So that just shows you how fast the course is today, you know? Yeah.
And you guys are not novices, right? You're experienced paddlers. Yeah. What are you focusing on as a team today and your combination when you're in these tricky conditions?
Yeah, that's a great question actually, because it's quite hard to get your flow when you're out there today, and so you've got to let the boat run. You're tempted to just wind it up and try and get the cadence high, but you've just got to let the boat run today and let the boat work. And it's real tricky in those conditions, but I think the more experienced crews who've done a bit of paddling in these sorts of conditions will start to come through,
Yeah.
I mean, just holding your boat right on the start line is a mission on its own, Yeah.
The wind chill factor is pretty strong here today, so what preparations have you put in place for today?
Yeah, so number one, don't forget your spray skirt, stay warm in the boat. Number two, especially for the littlies, they get cold pretty quick, so having 3 or 4 sets of polypros in the bag, and you've got a dry set you can put on in between races, is pretty good. But one more trick, and if you've got a boat bag, a kayak bag, just zip it up and lie in your boat bag on the grass, man. It does the trick, keeps you toasty. So stay warm.
Awesome, and the margins are so slim. All these little finesse things have a big impact on the race. What is the team dynamic? What team things are you focusing on, particularly with your partner Vaughan, when you're coming down the course?
Yeah, well, I mean, at a masters level, it's all about a bit of fun for us, but it's like that golf swing, when you're kayaking every day. We're out there on the lake with you, mate, and we're just trying to get that perfect stroke. And in conditions like today, it doesn't end, right? You're just trying to get that flow and trying to feel like you've got a good race. Not kick too hard in the boat, just keep it nice and constant and get a good flow going. And so our tactic today is just to find that flow in these really tricky conditions. And yeah, hopefully bag a couple of ribbons for the Masters on the way,
Awesome. Some excellent tips there, all you up-and-coming paddlers. I'm taking that to remember for my next race. So thank you very much, Garth. Good luck.
Always a pleasure, Kingy. See you on the next one, mate.
Yeah, awesome.
Kingy just rated himself as an up-and-coming paddler. Wow. Here's the men's K1 1,000 metres. Max Brown, Quade Thompson, Curtis Emery, Ben Duffy, all good paddlers. Zach Firkins from Poverty Bay is the current national champion. He's in lane 3, so he's in the red boat there. He could be worth keeping an eye on. And we're underway in the race, Nathan, and this is always a great race.
Yeah, always 1,000 meters over the last year or so has been tighter and tighter. Quade's been dominating the race in the last few years, but now the squad in Cambridge is making their way through the ranks.
Yes, Quade Thompson is in lane 6, the 22-year-old. He actually won this in 2018, the national championships. He's in the kind of, what would you say, an orange boat there?
It's orange. It looks orange, but it's a red boat, I believe.
Okay, good. I might need to get my eyes tested about now. Let's get to the top here. Lane number 8, and who's made the good start here is Curtis Emery.
Yeah, Curtis looking strong, smooth in this first 250 of the race. Looking forward to seeing how he goes through the race.
Yeah, Curtis Emery, of course, from Wellington, the younger brother of Kayla Emery. Now, Quade Thompson just starting to come into gear now. And also in lane 4, Max Brown, who's been suffering some food poisoning of late. He's currently holding 3rd, just ahead of Zach Firkins.
Yeah, Max won his heat yesterday after falling ill with a bit of food poisoning, but looks like it hasn't affected him too much today. He's looking great, sitting in 3rd. But man, Curtis is looking smooth. Quade is now taking the lead, and this is where Quade tends to make his mark in the middle part of the race. So we'll see how it goes.
And of course, Quade Thompson has perfect pedigree for canoe sprint racing. His dad, Alan, won a gold medal for New Zealand at the 1984 Olympic Games, and now Thompson looks like he's got a pretty decent lead now over Imrie, who seems to be fading a bit.
Yeah, it looks like he's now got over a boat length lead. Yeah, look, Quaid's looking strong, looking smooth as well. So we'll see what the rest of the team can do.
So Zach Firkins looks like he's in 4th place at the moment, but it's Thompson got a very big lead at the moment, and it's going to be interesting to see if anyone can peg him back.
Yeah, it's all about pacing right now, and we'll see how many bickies he's eating or spending right now. But yeah, Quaid is looking quite strong. Yeah. Stroke rate's pretty consistent and smooth through the race.
We'll find out if he's got the stamina though, because it can be energy sapping stuff. The K1 1,000 metres, Quaid Thompson from the Poverty Bay Kayak Club in Gisborne. And Brown and Imrie, of course, are still there as well. And they've qualified, of course, a boat to the Olympics next year in the K2 1000, which we're going to have a look at that race soon. Looks like Brown might be starting to catch up on Thompson.
Yeah, that was a good shot of Max. You can see he's making a bit of a move now. He's slowly creeping it on Quaid's lead.
So Max Brown from Whanganui. And he has international experience, so does Thompson. And now this is where the mind starts to come into play.
Yeah, this is where the lactate is burning through the muscles. And wow, look at Max. Here he comes.
Here comes Brown with a withering burst. And he's cut that lead, look like from maybe a boat length, like to a quarter length. He seems to be finishing fast.
He's coming home strong, but Quaid's having a good little kick here, so we'll see. Could be a good battle. There's Quaid.
What a great shot that is.
Wow.
1,000 metres. We've got two paddlers head-to-head here. Who's it going to be? Brown in the white boat, or it's Thompson here in the red boat?
This is a great battle between the two athletes.
Brown looks like he's really kicking on. It's going to be very close.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Usually you see those finishes in 200 meters, but now this is a tight race.
Well, they've both got the finishing line in their sights. Brown and Thompson giving it absolutely everything at the moment. They'll be well aware of how close they are to each other. Thompson and Brown, who's it going to be as they come to the line? Max Brown?
Wow.
Oh, he's got it. What
Man.
a win for Brown.
What a finish from Max, and really great race from both athletes.
Gee, nothing in it. And it looks like both athletes are absolutely spent. And they were well clear of the rest of the paddlers.
Yeah, when they race for 3 minutes, 30-plus seconds, and for it to come down to that is pretty amazing.
Well, and you can see on Brown's face, he wasn't sure whether he had it.
Yeah, he's done a quick check.
So here are the results. Brown 3:37.02, just ahead of Thompson. And it was Curtis Imrie in a very tight run for third who got that position.
Here with the winner of the K1 1000, Max Brown. Great race, Max.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was a lot more pain than fun, but it's sort of fun once it's over, eh? But no, there's an awesome field of men out there, so it's a bit of a privilege to be able to take a win, only just by a nose. So yeah, it was a pretty fair race, I guess.
And you pulled out yesterday because you had food poisoning, I believe, and to come back today and win the K1 1000 must feel fabulous.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to use an excuse, but yeah, Friday I was in bed, hardly moving, and just between that and the toilet throwing up, had a bad case of food poisoning, but came right about 10 o'clock, took a few sleeping pills, woke up the next day pretty starving, had to pull out of the 200, so all the boys in my team will be giving me a bit of stick about that, but managed to win my heat yesterday, which was awesome. Had a great race against Zach Firkins in that race. He really made me work for it. I thought I was going to die after that. And then, yeah, the boys did the same today, made me work for it today. It was only in the last few metres, I guess I got ahead of Quaid, so he had a phenomenal race, and I guess happy to get a win finally off some food poisoning, but yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, great race, outstanding effort.
Hey, thanks to everyone for coming out and putting up with the win. I know it's not beautiful, but yeah, appreciate it.
Awesome.
Cheers.
There we go, Max Brown, K1 1000 champ, Blue Lakes too. We're getting down to the finals and the sharp end of the stick of the 500 metres. What are your thoughts for the race?
Yeah, look, I think everyone's progressed the way we've expected them to, and I think based on yesterday's racing, we're going to have another great final. It's going to be a tight final. I think, I mean, Lisa's, obviously the favorite, but she'll have some good competition from the likes of Kate and Amy, and Kayla had a good 200 yesterday as well. So I think should be great to see everyone go at it, and yeah, we're excited. I mean, the conditions again are a bit tricky, but I think the ones who can manage those conditions the best will be able to take the title.
We were just talking to some athletes and they're saying on the start, if you get rattled, if you have a bit of a bad start, then you're in catch-up mode, and that can have a big play on your race.
Yeah, I think in the 200 I think a lot of people felt that yesterday, whereas if you miss the start, it's pretty tough to come back from. But maybe in the 500, there's a bit more room to, to make up a missed start or a missed stroke, because you'll notice a lot of people, even the top athletes, are missing strokes here and there in the middle of the race because of the wind and the waves. So I think you think that they would, wouldn't let a missed stroke or two wouldn't affect their ability to perform and execute a big race.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nate.
Let's get to the women's K1 500-metre final. Lisa Carrington, Caitlin Ryan, Amy Fisher, Kayla Imrie, Alicia Hoskin, Tennille Hatton, all the usual suspects in here. And I guess, Nathan Luce, this is where we get to see what sort of form Lisa Carrington's in over the longer distance.
Yeah, we've done a hard block of training leading this regatta, so we'll see what the effects of all the racing has taken on everyone. But it should be a great race. Everyone's in great form.
Carrington, the current national champion, 1:48.23 was her winning time back in February this year. She's in lane 6, so there she is in the black boat. But down at the bottom here, lane 8, this is Alicia Hoskin, who's made a good start.
Yeah, Alicia's always quick off the line. She's light and quick, and she's shown that in this race.
But Carrington's starting to move. She's passed Amy Fisher. She's passed her other New Zealand teammates. That's Ryan in lane 4 and then Imrie in lane 5. And it looks like Carrington, as we've come to expect, is controlling the race.
Yeah, Lisa's using her speed now to get ahead of the field, and now she's settled into her comfortable mid-race pace stroke.
Of course, she has ambitions to be a double Olympic champion next year, not only in the K1 200, but in this race as well.
Yeah, it's the one Olympic gold medal that's eluded her, and I think, she's very keen on getting that title.
Looks like Fisher is currently in second place at the moment, but Caitlin Ryan in lane number 4 at the top, they're going pretty good too.
Yeah, this is a good battle for second, keeping the heat on Lisa, which is great to see.
And what about Carrington's tactics in terms of the 500? Does it change radically from the 200?
No, I think Lisa likes to make the most of her speed to get that big lead, and then tries to hold on for the last 100, 200 meters.
Well, Fisher is making her work though.
Yeah, it looks like she's pulling within about 3/4, half a boat. Should be a good finish here.
And Ryan up the top too. Imrie's dropped off the pace, but Carrington controlling it. Oh, bit of a grimace on the face too.
Yeah, Lisa's having to work for this.
Yeah, Fisher really putting in the hard yards. So too is Ryan. Carrington in these tricky conditions, a bit choppy. Still controlling it. Ryan looks like she's finishing nice and strong.
Yeah, here comes Kate. Amy's still there. Should be a great finish.
Well, can Carrington hang on? This would be a boil over if she was beaten, but it looks like she's going to get there just. Good race, Ryan and Fisher.
Well, that was a tight race for second. I wouldn't be able to call it, but Lisa just with that nice comfortable finish.
Let's have a look at the time, or in fact the replay, and look, that it was about a half a boat length in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But look how close it was for second.
Yeah, it looks like Kate might have eased up a little too early before the finish.
So great result there for Lisa Carrington, winning the K1 500. So Carrington's time 1:47.27. Ryan and Fisher, actually it was dead even for second place with Imrie back and forth.
Here we are, K1 500 champion, Lisa Carrington. Well done, you were flying there at the finish. How was it?
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, having such tough competitors as well means that we all have to be performing at our best, because if it's not our best, then, we've got someone right there. So, no, it was a tough race, but it's good.
And in the last 250 metres, what's going through your mind?
I count my way to the finish, so trying to stay, we're slowing down, so it's just trying to keep that deceleration from happening too quickly.
And with a bit of wind push, did it help you out a little bit?
Yeah, the wind was strong, so definitely at the start it was really good, but then at the end, as you get a bit fatigued, it gets a little bit more challenging to hold the boat flat and put on the pressure, so it does get tricky towards the end.
Awesome, well, fabulous effort. There we have it, K1 500 metre champ, Lisa Carrington.
Thanks.
We're here with Gav Almaja, coach North Shore Canoe Club, well-known development coach. How's it going, Gav?
It's going actually wonderful. We've got testing conditions here today, but the team's just doing extraordinary because they've got positive energy. They come in here delivering their best. The one thing that I'm really enjoying is, even with the conditions being tested today, the kids are having a good time. And, and that's what we strive for is, kids just to enjoy themselves regardless of conditions, regardless of performance, but focus on the process, because days like this are testing for both, physically and mentally. So you want the kids to enjoy themselves even though they've been pushed and tested to their limits. So no, it's been a wonderful day.
Awesome.
Sun's out, guns out, we're having a good time.
So what are your hopes for some of the junior paddlers coming through? There's a big range. You've got elite right through to beginner. What are your hopes for the juniors and the development?
It's no difference between my elite or my junior. I just want them to just practice what we do in training. I think racing should just be an extension of just really good habits that we form in training. Don't matter if you're a masters athlete or a novice athlete or you're an Olympic athlete. It's just about understanding your racing and what processes you need to improve. So I think two people get afraid of racing where actually you should be embracing it, because it actually brings out what qualities you need to look at in your training when you come home. So racing is just an opportunity for you to kind of like test yourself and then go, hey, these are the things I can work on in training to make myself better. And it doesn't matter what level, if you're just a junior to a 70-year-old master, they're all attributes that we should strive for in day-to-day life, work, training, living.
Awesome. And what would be your top tip for today to get out there and do a race? What would be your one thing that you would wish to impart to all your athletes?
Yeah, have fun. And just race your best race. Don't worry what anyone else does, because it's in the day when you line up, it's an individual sport. So it's about being your best on the line and not worrying what anyone else is doing.
Awesome. Thank you, Gav. Very wise words there from our legendary coach and extremely fast K1 paddler, Gavin Almaja.
All right, let's get to the men's K2 1,000 metres. And we have two Canoe Racing New Zealand crews here. We've got Duffy and Lagarth and Imrie and Brown. But there is expected to be some good performances down the field as well. Now, Duffy and Lagarth are in lane 5 in the white boat, so that's 5th from the top. And just above them is Imrie and Brown, and they're underway. Nathan, do you expect those two boats to dominate this race?
Yeah, I would say Max and Curtis would be the favorite based on their results last year in 2019 in Europe. And then based on them qualifying the boat for New Zealand for the Olympic Games. But watch out for Hamish and Ben. They're a great young crew coming up, under 23 level crew.
And they're leading at the moment. They're in lane 5. Interesting though with Imrie and Brown, who didn't compete in the Nationals together this year, Nathan, but they've qualified the boat, but they're not necessarily on the plane in this event to Tokyo.
Exactly. So qualifying a boat doesn't mean you win the entry. So now the boys are now in the process of deciding who will be selected for New Zealand to race in Tokyo.
So Duffy and Lagarth have made a great start here. They did win the national championships earlier this year, and they won it by almost 5 seconds, so they dominated that event.
Yeah, because the Oceanias coincided with our nationals last year, so Curtis and Max, we weren't able to defend a title.
So it is Duffy and Lagarth who are dominating at the moment. Looks like they've got a boat length lead, and these conditions look like they've calmed down and settled down a bit.
Yeah, you can see just the waves are a bit smaller, so that you can see the technique's a bit smoother. The boats are running a bit smoother and less wave to deal with today.
Well, let's talk about these two here. Why are they, because to the uninitiated viewer here, they all look like they're paddling at the same rate and everything like that. Why are they in front?
Yeah, you could see that from that front shot there, that Ben sets a nice tempo, nice rhythm, but also Hamish in the back there, his timing is quite it's quite efficient, and they're coming in and out at the same time, so their angle at entry and exit is looking spot on for the K2, and that's how that boat can move in synchronicity together.
And in team boats action, is it the paddler in the front of the boat that's always calling the shots?
Well, yeah, the front paddler sets the stroke rhythm and tone, and he's steering the boat as well. And so the back paddler has to mimic that rhythm and mimic that timing as best as he can and follow that hip movement.
And what happens if you're struggling to keep up with the paddler in front of you?
Yeah, I think what tends to knock a few crews around is when the boat leans to one side or another, and the back paddler can struggle, might feel like he's falling out of the boat. But it looks like you can see the boat sitting quite flat, so that also allows both paddlers to apply a lot of good force on the blade.
So it's Duffy and Lagarth who've got a good lead. Imrie and Brown off the pace a little bit. You're a bit surprised?
Yeah, I'm surprised. That in training they're a lot tighter, and we've done some trials and they were a lot tighter. So, but you can't take away from what Ben and Hamish do. I think they're really motivated to have a good showing today.
So it's Duffy and Lagarth over the Oceania champions, Imrie and Brown. Tia and Armstrong for Arawa there in lane number 6. But it is going to be Duffy and Regatta that complete a very dominant win over Imrie and Brown.
Looked like a crew, looked like it was Ashton and Zach just fell in, unfortunately, just at the finish. But yeah, Ben and Hamish had a great race.
Well, it's exciting, isn't it, to see these two really coming on, isn't it?
This is great for the future of men's kayaking in New Zealand. We have these under 23 boys who are pushing the lead and pushing Max and Curtis to higher level.
Well, Regatta and Duffy very happy there, and Reiser and Firkins in the drink.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, they were having a good race. Looks like they were sitting second or third, but unfortunately fell in right before the finish line.
Awesome. Here with the winners of the K2 1000, Ben and Hamish. How was it? You guys are flying at the finish.
Yeah, it's a tough race. Yeah, we just took it out strong at the start and just tried to maintain that throughout.
You're at the 500 metre mark. What was going through your mind?
I just wanted to lift the boat up a bit because I could hear the boys coming back at us. So I just wanted to keep that boat speed up. And yeah, I knew Hamish was with me. He's laying down the watts. So it made my job so easy in the front.
And that last 100, how's it feel?
I was just trying to hold on. yeah, just absolutely exhausted.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, guys. You're champ for the K2 1000 metres. Open men's.
Cheers. Thanks, boys.
So let's get to the women's K2 500 metre final. Lisa Carrington and Alicia Hoskin from Gisborne teaming up for this one. Kayla Imrie and Caitlin Ryan, the other Canoe Racing New Zealand boat here, and Nathan Luce. It's going to be a battle between those two, do you think, in this one?
Yeah, you got to think that there are top crews, and I think there's a false start.
Yeah, there was a false start, yeah.
Yeah, Alicia and Caitlin made an A final in 2019 World Championship, and that was Alicia's first World Championship. So she's quite a talent on the team boat side of things. And then you got Lisa, who obviously is probably her idol that she's paddling with, so which is great to see. And then and Kate and Kayla have, they have a point to prove as well. They're a tidy little crew, and I think should be a good battle between the two.
Well, Hoskin and Carrington, and just to confuse things, they're in a white boat there in lane 4, and in the black boat, Imrie and Ryan. They'll be highly motivated. They don't often get the chance, well, they get plenty of chances to beat Lisa Carrington, but they don't often do it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're teammates in the K4 together, but now they get to split apart and see, go toe-to-toe in the K2, so it should be a good race.
And it should be a good race. It's only over 500 metres.
That's a nice-looking stroke there from Kate and Kayla, and perfect timing behind Caitlin. This is a tight race so far. It looks good.
It is, and Carrington, she'll be driven as well with a young paddler behind her to really bring her up too, right?
Yeah, both have very similar physiques and techniques, and they complement each other really well. So it's a battle of the lightweight and more the heavyweight crew, so it should be good.
Well, it looks like Imrie and Ryan have just snuck ahead there. Tennille Hatton, Danielle Watson currently holding in third place at the moment in lane 6.
Oh, they have a slight lead.
Yeah, exactly. Looks good here for Imrie and Ryan, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the level of this crew right now. They've come a long way. They've done a lot of work together to get to this level.
Well, Carrington and Hoskin still there. They just need to put the foot down, don't they?
Yeah, don't count them out. I think Lisa, she likes to make the big kick in the last 100, so it should be a battle.
Well, this could be a bit of history created here. Lisa Carrington not winning on the water in New Zealand doesn't often happen, but it looks like Imrie and Ryan might have them at this stage, but they're still
still a bit of water left. But yeah, Kate and Kayla are really paddling good race.
Oh, Ryan, look at the facial expressions there. But now it looks like Carrington and Hoskin have upped their stroke rate.
Here we go.
Here comes the finish line. It looks like Carrington and Hoskin might have them. Oh, gee whiz. We might have to go to a photo finish for that one. I can't pick that one.
Man, there's been a lot of tight racing this weekend. But yeah, it looked like, I would say maybe Lisa. Oh, man, I don't know. It's too close to tell there.
Oh, wow.
I can't see that line.
Well, let's have one more look at it here.
Wow.
It looks like the white boat just.
Yeah, from that angle, you'd say maybe Lisa and Alicia, but we'll see what the judges say.
What a fantastic race, though. Really terrific. Probably the race of the regatta so far.
Yeah, that was it showed a real high level of paddling from the 4 athletes.
And there is confirmation now. It's
Oh, wow.
Carrington and Hoskin. They get it by 4/100ths of a second, and it's Watson and Hatton in third.
What a tight race that was, and the K2 500 came right down to the wire. The results were on a knife edge. How was it, girls?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we've been racing in the team boats all week, and it's cool to race here and have some good hit out with Alicia, so it was good.
Yeah, some tough competition there from your buddies. How did it feel, Alicia?
Oh yeah, like we just were coming home in the end and I was just trying to hold on with Lisa. Just almost shut my eyes. But no, it was an epic race out. The girls did real well.
Yeah, you girls are absolutely flying there at the finish, and when you cross the finish line and you're uncertain, what's going through your mind?
I don't know, I think it was just great. I mean, watching Kate and Kayla, they're such a great pair, so I mean, we were just trying to catch them. It was good.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, ladies, K2 500 metre champs.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to the K4 500 men's race. Riser, Zach Firkins, Duffy and Lagarth all together in the Canoe Racing New Zealand team. The Karapiro Kayak Racing Club team expected to provide the greatest opposition, but you're excited about this crew of Riser, Firkins, Duffy and Lagarth, Nathan, aren't you?
Yeah, they're our under 23 crew, and we really have high hopes for these athletes over the next 3 to 4 years, and already you can see they're showing their class in the second half of the race.
Yeah, they're at the top of that picture there in lane 2, but Kokomo, Lace, Haka and Walla, they're pushing them.
Yeah, they had a really good start, it looks like, but I think I would put my money on the CRNZ crew for the second half, but they're looking quite strong now.
All right, so tell us about Riser, Firkins, Duffy and Lagarth. We've seen Lagarth and Duffy combine beautifully, but Riser and Firkins?
Yeah, again, Zach he's dealing with a bit of a wrist injury this regatta. He injured his wrist at the beginning of last weekend, and still hanging in there doing the racing, but he's been paddling really well all year round.
Okay, and it's them in front just of the other white boat, the Karapiro Kayak Racing Club team. And it looks like they're pulling ahead now.
Yeah, it looks like they almost have a boat lead, which is quite a lot in K4, and a comfortable stroke rate.
And you're liking what you see. I mean, this could be something to look forward to in the next 2 to 3 years?
Exactly. I think they'll be looking at Paris 2024 and qualifying that boat for New Zealand.
So here is Riser, Firkins, Duffy and Lagarth coming to the finish, and they win it very comfortably indeed, and it's Kokomo, Lace, Haka and Walla for Karapiro Kayak Racing Club, who have come home in second place, 3 seconds back, and Clifton, Moulds, Old and Laver for Waitara, they come third.
Here are the champions of the men's K4 500 metres. Boys, you guys took off. Just a flash of a race and you finished. How did it feel?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. We haven't paddled together in quite a while, but man, the boys were powerful today, and it was awesome to have them behind me.
And the last 200 metres, what was going through your mind?
Not a lot, just trying to keep it together and finish strong.
So any more racing left for you?
Nah, that's all me done. Old Duff over here's got the K1 5K left, but no, weekend over. Kick back and relax now.
Ashton, you got a good sweep of medals and podium finishes this race. How does it feel to finish it with a gold in the K4 500?
Really cool. That's pretty much the Blue Ribbon event, so it's really cool to just finish like that. We've had like a massive week, so it's really cool to just finish on a high.
Awesome. Well, there we are. K4 500 men's champs.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, bro. How was your race?
Yeah, it was pretty good, but man, tricky conditions out there. So I did struggle a little bit with my stability, but I just had to keep my head down and just spin my arms over as quick as I could.
Looked like you had a lot of speed coming into the finish there. Did you have time to take a look around?
Yeah, I had a cheeky look at the end, but it's really hard to tell with the angle of the line, but I'm hoping I did all right.
Awesome, bro. Well done. Rest up and we'll see you out there for the next one.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it was tough conditions, but it was good to feel like I could hold my stroke better than the race beforehand. Yeah.
Awesome. Great race coming down there. I guess good luck for the next bunch of races.
Yeah, we've got quite a few today, K2, K4, everything in there, 200 though, so it's good fun and fast.
Awesome, well done. We'll let you get ready.
Yeah, thank you very
Kia ora.
much.
Okay,
Kia ora.
thank you.
The K4 Women's 500 metre final. And this is expected to be dominant by the Canoe Racing New Zealand team of Caitlin Ryan, Lisa Carrington, Alicia Hoskin and Tennille Hatton. And they are going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, they already have an open boat water lead, so yeah, they're looking quite comfortable right now, but still working hard.
There's some good crews behind them. Samalulu Clifton, Lucy Mate Haere, Yuri Arata and Alex Birmingham from North Shore Canoe Club. But it really is all about Ryan, Carrington, Hoskin and Hatton as they look to impress the selectors, Nathan.
Yeah, we've just moved a few of the athletes around. We put Alicia at the front of the boat. Normally it's Lisa, and just giving Alicia a chance at the front.
They win very comfortably indeed. Look at the gap back to the North Shore Canoe Club crew who have finished in second, and the green boat of Mana Kayak have got home in third place, but job well done for the internationals.
Yeah, that looked quite good for our senior crew, and yeah, we still got a little bit of work to do until Tokyo, but quite a pleasing result.
We're here with the champions of the K4 500 metres. Well done, ladies. How did you feel in that last 200 metres?
I mean, there was a bit of hurt, but for me personally, it was a time to push. The boat was going well, and we needed to give it a really good opportunity to perform. So I think pushing from the start all the way through has been really important.
Alicia, great regatta. How are you feeling at the end of this racing?
Yeah, I mean, we've just come out of a big week of a camp in Cambridge, so we're all just hanging on to the end of racing. So pretty exhausted, but have loved it. So yeah, it's good fun.
Awesome. And the pressure does not stop from here. You have another tough week ahead of you?
Yeah, we'll probably recover tomorrow and then just get back into a good training block before we head into Christmas, so we can have a bit of a break.
Tennille, great to be back in the K4. How did it feel?
Yeah, it was a bit frantic at the start. I'm just getting used to it all, but yeah, it was really fun. We held it together for the end, considering it's been a massive week and a massive weekend. Yeah, so I spent all my beans going into that last little bit of the race.
Awesome. Well, here we have it. K4 500 metre champs, Blue Lakes Regatta. Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, great win for Ryan, Carrington, Hoskin and Hatton. Well, that just about wraps it up here from the beautiful Blue Lake just outside Rotorua. And Nathan Luce, it's been a good weekend.
Yeah, it's been an impressive series of results from both the men's and women's programs and other club paddlers, and to get ready for our nationals. I think this was a great tune-up for that event.
Great race in the K1 1000, Max Brown winning that one.
Yeah, again, I think I should be looking forward to them facing off again in Cambridge in February.
And that's what we've got to look forward to. Plenty of other events coming over the summer.
Well, that's a wrap from us at Tikitapu in the Blue Lake Sprint Regatta. We've had high-octane, exciting racing. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.